CTV family. Catch us live on your TV screen.
And yes, welcome back to Ekse, still watching Ekse, the biggest food show this side of the equator. Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking you right through to the hour 5.
Yeah.
Nothing but the very best of education, information, as well as entertainment. Hop on to Twitter, do follow us. It's Ekse_Live, Facebook, Ekse Live, Instagram, Ekse Live, or YouTube, Ekse on Cape Town TV. Do dial 021-448-0448 or email us ekse@capetown.tv. Right now, you're chilling with your boy, Lamali Moon, and she is...
Ulwadile intombi yomzulu. Do you know what I wanted to say?
What?
When you were saying the number, I was like, I won't get take notes.
Shots fired. I won't get what is this number.
021.
No, 0021. 44804. No. I won't get.
Oh, okay.
So
I know that he knows the number now, though, after the last promo that we shot. Thank you guys so much again, once again, for joining us all the way to 5 o'clock. As you see, I'm with the incredible Lamali Moon, but we are not alone in the studio, okay? We have some company in the studio, and I want to tell you guys a really short story that we're going to unpack during the interview. The fact that in 2011, this very young lady, because she looks so young, emailed the mayor of Prince Albert saying, you know, there's something wrong, the community needs more, and there's so much that needs to be done in the community. And guess what the mayor said?
He said,
what are you going to do about it?
Listen.
And since that time, she's been doing absolutely incredible things, changing the community of Prince Albert. She's going to be here talking to us about what it is they've been doing, getting up to in their community all around them. So please do, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Ingrid from Prince Albert Community Trust. Thank you so much for joining us.
Give myself a hand.
Yes.
I'm pretty nervous. That's what I wish to say.
be chilled.
Yeah, you two are super chilled.
Yes, yes. Ingrid, please tell us about the pact. What is it all about, its mission and vision, and why does it exist?
Yeah. So I think, you know what, it's actually just an organization that wants to love young people, love children, and hopefully through love and care and nurturing and belief and encouragement, motivation, put children and young people onto a different trajectory for life.
Yeah.
And hopefully, even if it's just one child at a time, I know that that can have a huge ripple effect down the line.
What did you see that touched you in a way that you had to write to the mayor? Well, what's that story? You woke up and saw what? And you thought, you know what, this needs to be fixed.
You know, what is so amazing for me is that I think you have to be ready for a moment in your life, because possibly I'd had these moments before and I didn't see it. I was walking down the road. It's a tiny community. I'm not sure if everybody knows where it is. It's off the N1, after Lanesburg, before Beaufort West. And I had a sense that children were on the streets and that they weren't happy and that they were hungry. And I just thought, looked at these children and thought, if this was my child, where are you going with your life? What's going to happen to you? And that really moved me to say to the mayor, Mr. Mayor, what are you going to do about this? And of course he threw that ball right back at you. And then I realized this is coming my way. And I have to take a decision in my heart and in my head that, am I going to go for it? Am I really going to commit to doing something for this community's children and youth that is not an ad hoc? Ingrid's now feeling, a little hobby. I want to do this on a weekend, maybe now and again. It's actually a life commitment.
And this life commitment, is burning off to your children as well. Because as we mentioned earlier, no, actually we haven't mentioned it, you've started this group of children, 45 of them, who are part of Hope Warriors, who are feeding children during COVID-19. So when COVID started in March, they said, hey, we as the youth of this community are going to start feeding all the other youth that is around us, and that's so incredible. So now this thing is moving on not just to you, but your children are getting that. How did you feel that COVID has affected all the people that you work with, rather the youth that you work with?
You know, what's so fascinating for me is a beautiful metaphor about the bamboo plant. I don't know if you know it, that a bamboo plant, when you plant it for about 7 years, only pushes down into the earth. You see absolutely no growth on the surface. And it's actually establishing its root system. And then year 7, year 8, all of a sudden that bamboo plant starts growing 2 meters, 3 meters
and they're just shooting up.
And I want to say that metaphor is possibly a similar thing that's happened in Prince Albert for 8 years, we've built relationship. We've built trust. What is the intent, Ingrid? What are you about, Ingrid? Why have you come into our community? What do you want out of us, Ingrid?
Yeah.
And that has taken time. That's human engagement with people on a one-to-one basis. So when COVID came, all those beautiful relationships that had been nurtured suddenly kicked in.
Yeah.
So when we said to each other, the kids are hungry, we don't know how long this is going to last, for the schools are closed. Are we going to do this together? Then suddenly it was like we all popped out of we all actually popped out of lockdown and stepped to the stage and addressed hunger and the need in that community of Prince Albert.
I love that it's the youth that are doing these things for the other people. Sorry, I was caught off guard right there. I love that it's the youth that is doing these things on Alwandile, because it's usually people handing over things like Lwandile, you need this, Lwandile, and then I give.
Yeah.
Why did you feel like the youth need to do this themselves, for themselves?
Because I know that will be the biggest gift for them for their lives. When you discover, as a young person, the power that is within you, your own life spirit, to actually change your own life and possibly that of another person around you, that's very empowering. That's like an aha moment. So when young people came together and they made it happen, I mean, that was just incredible, just not for me to witness it, but actually I could see it in the young people. They actually realized, wow, here was nothing. We've created this feeding scheme for hundreds of children every single day.
47,000 meals at the end of this month.
Yeah. So how did we do that? It's through our own energy, it's through our own engagements, through our own thinking, our own skills, our own talents. We actually did this together. And there's no turning back. Am I right? That's just the start. Because you actually take what you've learned through this 6 months and now where to. Because possibly this entire community can be changed.
There's so much positivity here, because I saw the matric pass rates from a percentage to a higher percentage. How did that come about?
So you know what was so interesting for me is that some of the young people in this group of 45 are actually matrics, grade 12s. And when they sort of ended their time with us, they had to go back to school. We said to them, how can we support you? How can we take you as an individual and partner with you as a matric pupil and see that you are on a new trajectory, that you're on a new platform to go into life. So I think it's that engagement with individuals, seeing the individual, knowing the name of a child, knowing their love, knowing their fears, and them having the freedom to WhatsApp me on a Sunday evening at 11 o'clock at night and say, Ingrid, I'm not doing so well. Or whoever else in the team. And that you can engage with a child on that very intimate level.
And I was about to say that, because I mean, there's so many things that go on in communities where you can just sit and you can be giving directions as to, okay, you can do this, you can do that. I'm here if you need me, but people don't feel comfortable. How important is it for us to actually be engaging with these young kids, not just on a level where we're saying, hey, I'm giving you food, but hey, I'm giving you food. This has your name on it because you matter on the earth. Why do young kids need to know that they matter? Why do young kids need to know that they have potential inside that's bigger than their environment?
I mean, if you think about it, when you know that you're a beautiful spirit, when you know that you are worthy, when you believe in yourself, that's really all you need to get through life. Because that will be the platform or the foundations which you stand upon to go into life. To take on things that you are maybe fearful of, to go into new circumstances. The challenges that come with life. Because you actually have the confidence to take these things on. So it builds emotional resilience also in children. And I think the secret also is not to say, do this, do that. It's to say, what are you guys going to do about this? What do you think? What are your thoughts? What are your plans? What are your ideas? And then just to nurture that and enable young people to say that their thinking is sound. That they've actually got sound thinking, creative thinking, critical thinking that has value. Am I right? And that breeds more confidence in actually trusting your own thought life. Which is really part of the journey of what we're on with this group of young people.
Speaking of a journey, Ingrid, there's this interesting story about a young man who is self-taught when it comes to dancing. Before you tell us that story, I'd like for us to check out his video. What's his name?
Naden.
Naden. How old is Naden?
19.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're introducing 19-year-old Naden, self-taught. Imagine.
Self-taught.
Here he is.
We could never.
Hey. She doesn't want to say anything. Well, I've got something to say to you guys. We want to know how do you prefer ukuva inkqubo ozibukeleyo apha ku-Cape Town TV? Do you prefer watching it ngesiXhosa, nge-Afrikaans, nge-English?
NgesiZulu, Sesotho,
Now you want to talk. Now you want to talk. And when you're not watching Cape Town television, what are you doing? Are you using your laptop or your cell phone to view your favorite programs?
Yeah.
And what do you use? Do you use data or do you go to a Wi-Fi free zone? And what more can Cape Town TV do for you and your community so that you are well represented? Because we are a community television and we want to represent the community and let the community represent itself. So you can hop on to our Facebook fan page, Yaga Cape Town TV. Give us your details. It's just a quick survey so that we get a community engagement so that we give the people what they want, because Cape Town TV
is the people's channel.
Yes, welcome back to the biggest, the baddest, and the most hip and happening youth show in the motherland.
Come on.
The person that you just saw, Naden, 19-year-old, Ingrid, was intrigued by the young man. He told you what?
You know what? He's been working with us for about 4 years
Yeah.
as a scholar. And I said to him, you have talent. We've got to go somewhere with that.
Yeah.
And then he shared the story that he'd actually watched YouTube dance videos
And
had
just
taught
learned from
himself.
that.
Yes. And he won a bursary to go to Dance for All here in Athlone. And he's actually now at Dance for All in Cape Town.
Yeah.
It's just incredible for me to see how he's grown, and he just, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah,
Because all of that was in him, am I right? And just to
yeah.
nurture that and come alongside Naden.
And I feel like the
carry
thing
him.
that you're mentioning the most is that you're just allowing people to be themselves and you're putting them at the forefront.
Yes.
And all you're doing is just lifting their hands and lifting them up to make sure that they continue on this run. Now, what are some of the things that have actually kept you going? Because, I mean, you started this, and I mean, there's a lot that goes into making an organization and making it work for 8 to 10 years. That's a long time. So what actually keeps you going, and what are some of the stories that you look at and you say, you know what, this is why I do what I do?
I think the beautiful things that happen in the life of a young person, when I see a young person actually has that moment when they make the shift into, I want to almost call it a power agent, a change agent for themselves firstly, when they actually realize that they can shape their own reality and have the power to do that. That to me is my kick.
Right.
That's what I want to see. That's if you ask me what do I want out of it, is to see a young person have that moment. And it's what is incredible to see. It's like little stars shining in the night, because it's just happening all the time. So I'm on a constant high. That totally energizes me. And when I drive through to Prince Albert, which is about 400-500 kilometers away, because I don't live there, I will say to the young kids and to the youth, you are my vision, my personal vision. It's about you. It's about seeing you shine and celebrating your beautiful lives and seeing, you know, that each one's uniqueness. I mean, isn't it just delightful? I mean, isn't it just beautiful to see people just shining, just doing their thing in whatever discipline, whatever area of, you know, that's their passion, and trying to meet young people at a place where we can let them discover what is their passion in life.
Speaking of celebration,
Yes.
on the 24th of September, we're celebrating Heritage Day.
Yes.
How are you celebrating Heritage
Oh boy,
Day? What's
listen, we are
happening?
cooking in Prince Albert.
Yay.
So you can go to our Prince Albert Community Trust page,
Yeah.
and we're having a virtual concert. Last year we had a big concert, real concert in Rondom Skrik.
Yeah.
4,000 or 5,000 people came to watch it.
Oh, wow.
This year we're doing our thing virtual, and we've got Battle of the DJs, all local DJs, and then 25th, 26th, we have our own artists from Prince Albert, Lugamke and Klaas Stroom, doing a no-covers concert. So all the material's original. And we're live streaming it out of the Showroom Theatre, which is like state-of-the-art theatre in Prince Albert.
Oh,
Got chandeliers, velvet seats,
everything.
everything. Yeah.
It
So
does
we're
not
very
end
snazzy.
there. The 25th, something is happening. The 26th, something is happening.
Yes, and to the 27th. And the 27th. So we'll share that with you. There's vocalists, and we even have Simon Atwell, who used to be with Freshly Ground. He's created a new band called Congo Cowboys.
Yeah.
And they're local Prince Alberters, and they'll be performing too with our bands. So we're super excited.
I think I'm moving into that community.
Prince
Watch me.
Albert, we're coming.
I'm coming. Are you coming with me?
We're coming. We're all gonna go.
Thank you so much, Ingrid, for the
Thank you.
work that you do. You're so
No, honestly,
inspirational. When I grow up,
I want to be Ingrid. That's the line for the day. When I grow up, I want to be like Ingrid.
Oh, fantastic.
But right now, the ladies and gents, if you also want to be like Ingrid, rather, please do hop on our socials and let us know. But right now, though, we're going to take a little bit of a short break, and we will see you after this.
yes, keep it locked.
CTV family. Catch us live on your TV screens.